You might think this is clickbait, but it's not. I'm gonna share with you strategies that have worked for me to excel past anybody else in my endeavors. So the word of the day is going to be overkill, because when you have a task at hand, you just want to blow everyone out of the water. I always say, when preparation meets opportunity, you will never lose. So think of a task, think of a goal, something that you need to be good at. For example, let's say the Spartan race. You want to do the Spartan. You want to do it well. You want to be better than most, and you want to be first place, and you don't even want it to be close. But how do you achieve that? You must bring that type of intensity to your training. So the first step is not wanting to settle, but having that drive, having that fire in your heart to be number one, not settling for two. Don't settle for, oh, I'm okay with being top 5 or top 3. No, it should be that if you're even in second place, that you're a loser. That's how you should feel. And that might be toxic. That might be bad. But that's what's going to push you to dominate. That's what's going to push you to win. Doing all these things, but being number one is not acceptable. We must strive for more. Step 2 is make sure you train every day like it's championship day, so that when you're in the game, it's a breeze. It's easy. You want to train as if you're in that battle, right? The way I like to do it, and this is what I would do for my boxing matches, is that I would imagine that I'm going up against somebody the same level, the same skill set as me. And all it is going to go down to is who worked that little bit harder, and that would always push me to keep going a little bit harder, keep going a little bit harder, last a little bit longer in my runs, in my training, in my workouts, because I'm beating that imaginary self. I'm training that much more difficult, that much more intense. So when you get out there and it's game day, it's time to show what you're made of. You have that unshakable confidence. You have no doubts. You don't even have fear. You get butterflies, of course, but it's no doubt in your mind. There's no worry that you won't make it. You just know that your best will be sufficient. Step 3 is every day you do at least one thing that ruins your confidence over time, and you don't even notice. For example, the small things that you don't think will hurt you do hurt you over time, right? Because that one day where you cheat and you don't think it's a big deal, that one day when you eat a little chocolate kiss, but then a week later your mind craves that dopamine, or 2 weeks later your mind craves that dopamine, so that chocolate kiss turns into chocolate bars, and then a couple weeks after that it turns into that daily craving for sugar. So then you turn out to cheating 4 times a day, and then you end up gaining weight, and then it's just a whole avalanche of mistakes that led to one thing. Even without that, let's take that out. Let's take that example out. Let's say that's a bad example. Let me use my example of fighting. The mindset that I would have, the imaginary evil self that I'm going up against. I already have a fighter ready. They'll tell me, Isaiah, your match. So imagine your match to fight, go up against somebody, and whatever your goal is. So you create this image in your mind. It's all gonna go down to one point, because they're just as skilled as you. It's all gonna go down to who prepared more, who wants it more, who's hungrier. I know I'm the hungriest, so I'm going to win. But I gotta prove that in my action. So a month from now, when the fight comes, or when the challenge comes for you, and you do face that opponent, whether if that's the goal or actually somebody, you can't have yourself thinking back about that one time when you didn't get that good sleep because you were chatting on the phone with a girl, or that one time that you ate a little chocolate Hershey kiss that at one time you thought was harmless, but now you're thinking about it. All these little things that you don't think will hurt you chip away at your confidence, whether if you remember it or not, or whether if you think about it or not. And that's what creates that doubt in your ability. That's what kills the motivation, the drive, the trust in yourself. Because through those little actions, when they compound, when they build up, you think it's harmless, but what you're telling your subconscious is, I'm not that person that I want to be. I'm not that person that's worthy of achieving that goal. So how do you combat these things? Because I know sometimes you get that craving for that chocolate. Sometimes you get that craving for that cheat. Sometimes you get that craving to procrastinate, take a day off, and you think it's harmless. Jocko Willink, he said this in one of his videos. He said, you don't have to worry about tomorrow. You don't have to worry about yesterday. You don't have to worry about an hour from now. You just have to be disciplined right now. If you can do disciplined actions right now, then, and continuously do it, then there will be no doubt. So when you get that craving, think of that thought. Well, I just have to be disciplined right now. I have to keep being disciplined right now. I'm not worried about tomorrow, and I have to do it again tomorrow. I'm not worried about a week from now. I just have to be disciplined right now and do what needs to be done. When your family's eating pizza in front of you, but you meal prep, or when the boys want to go out but you meal prepped, I just have to be disciplined right now. When you don't feel that good, but it's already time for you to go to the gym, but it's cold outside, and you just got out of bed, and it's warm inside, and I just have to be disciplined right now. Show up for yourself, prove it to yourself, and that's how you dominate. It's easy, but it's hard, because there's a price to pay. But if you're willing to pay it, you will be better, you will dominate, you will achieve that goal, and it won't not even be close. And that's pretty much it, man. Mad love. Like, subscribe, share. If you're interested in my services, you could check it out in the link in the description. I'm gonna leave it at that, and yeah, man, mad love. Peace.